Hello everyone, welcome to the MEXC strategy. My name is Crypto Ranger. We will cover the Magnificent 7 strategy that I was going to publish a few days ago but could not due to some technical difficulties. In this strategy you will find the most amazing entry and exit approach to your trades, and I think you will really like it. There's nothing like it out there on the market right now, and perhaps the best way to start this video is to talk about certain things that may have been misinterpreted in the process of people using MSX and MarketSpy in general. To kick things off, I would like to say that MarketSpy is the kind of indicator that has a professional set of rules in place that must be followed, and unlike all the other indicators that are currently available in the market that somehow promise you to generate signals based on moving average crossovers or other indicators, I would like to say that it is impossible. Your expectations to find a particular indicator that does that should be tamed. It does not exist, and expensive multi-million-dollar algorithms are out of reach. MSX and MarketSpy is perhaps the only thing right now that can put you on a path towards successful, profitable trading. Let's begin by looking at this particular strategy called the Magnificent 7, or otherwise also known as Mag7, and also sometimes referred to as the 7 Samurai. It is called that because there are 7 layers of confluence that you must identify before taking each trade. This strategy prevents you from entering during bad, choppy times, filters out a lot of the noise from the market, and gives you a very, very high probability trade setups. Let's take a look at the first thing that you will notice when you open MSX. And that is the visual representation of this indicator. It is designed so that at a glance you can identify trends, reversals, and perhaps even zones of consolidations. In MSX, this cogwheel is responsible for the settings that can be found inside of the Inputs tab. Next to it, we have styles. Style pretty much is like a little PDF user guide that tells you what each and every one of the signals and symbols here stand for. You can clearly see that they're all labeled, and so next time when you have a question about a particular thing that you see on the chart, my suggestion to you would be to go to this area called the Style tab and try toggling it on and off and see what happens on MSX, what turns on, what turns off, so that you can get a good idea of what each and every single thing here stand for, like this. Okay, so you can customize it to your liking, but the way I have it set up is I have both confirmation bars, which are very important, these little squares at the top and the bottom, enabled. If you're using iOS, you may not see this reflect properly, in which case it is, let's just put it this way, it is a bug due to how iOS renders these graphics. I would suggest you go to Armageddon and enable these confirmation bars, which are also present in the Armageddon module. Everything that you see here should be set according to your needs and the instrument that you trade. There are no hard rules to the settings. I would recommend setting oversold level to -80 for reasons we will talk about later in the video. But this is the signal line, this aqua blue cyan colored signal line down here, which is responsible to trigger waves when they drop, the main momentum waves, these blue and gray. Your colors may be different, but this gray bottom and the top blue wave, the momentum waves, When it dips down below the signal line, it will generate what's called a GPS, a green pulse signal. Now, of course, if you change the color of it, it might be pink pulse signal or anything else. You get the idea. Heat line is off. We are going to go into each and every one of these in separate videos and tell you exactly how you can fine-tune it and manipulate it according to your own rules and the instruments that you're trading. But the styles tab and everything, my suggestion at the beginning, at the very beginning, would be to go inside and set it up so that there are two particular things that must stand out right away, and it is the long-term trend flow. This green cloud must have a white cap and then the red declining cap for optimal efficiency. Let's go to this area here, long-term trend flow. You can see it's being enabled right here, the cloud. And if you click on the color, red is set to thickness number 2 at 45% opacity right here, and these are left at default. You want to go to long-term trend flow color shift here. As you can see, this white cap, positive momentum, will be off by default. You want to enable it and slide this all the way to 100%. Red, you want to make it thick. Look at this area here. You want to make it a little thick like this, so you can see the trend change as it happens. So those are perhaps the two most important things in this setup. Everything else is up to your liking, and visually you can choose themes that you can apply to MSX created by our users. Go to the MS Themes Lab or MarketSpy User Themes channel on Discord to see what's available so far. I like a few, and especially the recent one that just came out called the Great Wave. It is simply breathtaking, incredible, and improves the readability factor. Why is it important? Because when you see these colors, these little puzzles that all come together to give you optimal entries, they have to be visually appealing for you to be psychologically ready and prepared to take a trade. And of course, those are the things that we will cover in the later videos, but for now, let's just purely focus on the strategy at hand, the Magnificent 7. Here it goes. We will be looking at 7 layers of confluence or confirmation in order to execute a successful trade. All of the current systems that are available that are designed to feed bots for automated trading, discretionary trading systems, will drain your account. I guarantee you that. You can spend up to $5,000 buying more indicators just to compare or backtest, when the truth of the matter is that most of them lack any strategy, any tactics, anything that backs it up, and there are only a basic set of rules, such as when EMA crosses this, EMA crosses that, CCI indicators at this level, RSI, all the mumbo jumbo. I will tell you that momentum is pretty much calculated almost the same across all oscillators that are currently available. The execution and how you put it together and learning it from those who have been taking advantage of these oscillators for the longest time, spending time on trading floors and trading these instruments day in and out, is probably the only place that can set you up for a truly replicable way of trading. And I'm here to help you with that. 7 samurai, the 7 magnificent bastards over here. Here's the confluence level that we need to find a trade. Your MSX bars will be colored according to certain parameters if you activate in your inputs this one option here, enable trend bars based on MSX. This will color the bars based on the bullishness and the strength of the impending move to the either side, either up or down. But this is how I do it. This is how I look for the Magnificent 7, Mag 7, the 7 layers of confluence. You, however, may discover something completely new and keep it private, or choose to share it commercially or freely to the public. If you have a YouTube channel, I welcome you to discuss such possibilities in the future using MarketSpy. Let me see if I can get my annotation software. Yes, we have a few things available to us. So I will take a labeling tool here. Just bear with me for a second. Let's test 1, 2. Okay. So what happens is that you have a little filled bar right over here. Okay, we will start with the bullish momentum. So let's look at the first element, which is before you even activate this indicator, before anything else, you should take a look at your chart and set some basic support and resistance levels prior to taking any trade at all times. So the easiest way to do that is by using the peaks like so. It doesn't matter where you drew them, because support and resistance levels are generally an area, but this is how you can do so, like this. This means that when price dips next time towards this level, you will be, of course you don't know the future, but it is most likely, highly likely, that it will stop and bounce off of these levels. When you make a new high, just label it, because the nature of the market is that the price will always go and try to revisit those highs. As you can see, bounce, revisit, bounce, revisit. This is how it moves. You're establishing a channel. Here there was a chance that it could have went down. However, you have your support here, you have your support here. These are areas of consolidation, so just do it like this. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. And so this line, because of how it dropped and it went up and it hit this zone over here, you couldn't see it, but it's right here. It hit it, got rejected, then blasted through it, which means when it comes back, this is most likely going to hold, and it did, and price continued. Now it went up. It is going to consolidate, and it must come back and retest this level one more time, ideally, before going higher. Okay, so first of all, map it out, and make sure that you have all of this stuff in place before you start looking for signals. Once you have that to help you guide along as we move, you start looking for areas of key interest that maybe are maybe the areas where, you know, it is most likely that the price will continue in the direction that you're looking at. So for me personally, I have, let's use the arrows, I have these confluence bars 1 and 2 lighten up in tandem right here. You see that together? This is the beginning of the Magnificent 7 strategy. The new VVS that was added down here below is quite significant. It is very important. These blue dots, we have our cloud, and especially the zero bounce or the zero line cross here. We also have this momentum wave right here that goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up. Do you see this? The short-term trend flow, the tendency of the market to go in the direction of these waves, is very important. I'll try my best to explain it to you. I don't want to make this video be very fancy. However, I would like to invite you to follow up with more if you have more questions after the video is over on Discord, or preferably in the group chat, so everyone can see your questions and I can answer directly, as opposed to using a private messaging like a DM or something. Okay, so let's take a look here. Yes, you might be saying, okay, why are you choosing this area right here? When patience. We will talk about consolidation and what we see here. We will talk about momentum expansion. We will talk about retracements. That is all to come, but in the meantime, please pay attention. 1, 2, 3, 4, green dot, 5, 6, 7. Doesn't make any sense. What is this? Easy. Let's take a label. This is 1. Let's do it chronologically, what I look at. 1 is I always look at the first bar that lights up here. This bar is very important. Once it lit up, I look to confirm that VVS 2 also supports. It's in agreement with this bar. It supports the idea that there is a strong volume or volatility stress that is being experienced on this current candle using the VVS indicator. We have 2. Number 3 is right here, and that is my momentum wave crossover. These green dots and red dots are showing you when momentum crosses over to either side. Red means down, green means up. The majority of them you will ignore, but there's so much. We will have multiple videos covering specifics, but this is to get you started, to make you cut the cord, so to say, so you will never depend on another signal group, me or anyone else in the platoon, other channels. If you can nail this strategy down, once it clicks, you will understand. So we have our confirmation bar 1 light up. We have our momentum wave also confirming that price is crossing over to the upside. Now we have our confirmation bar 2, VVS 4. We have the second bar 5. We have short-term trend flow. That means short-term price action is going up. Ideally, you want to see this cross the 0 line, meaning you want to see gold bars turn to blue, start to cool off a little bit from all the selling, and cross over above to the other side. This is called the 0 line over here. The 0 line is how we gauge bullishness or bearishness. It's very important, this 0 line. And finally, we have 6 as the long-term trend flow, which indicates that we're entering an extended period of an uptrend potentially. And 7, we have lightning, which is MFI, money flow index, set at 10 periods. It is very fast, responsive. And I'd like to say that if you notice, you have a lane here, you have a lane here, and you have a lane in the middle. When MFI is in transition zone here, it's a neutral territory. When this lightning goes to the blue side, it's a bullish territory. When it goes down to the pink side, or whatever you set the color to, down below the neutral zone here, this is a bearish territory. So here, how do we actually read it? It is important to understand only the angle of this MFI indicator, whether it's up or down. It looks blocky and choppy, but that's okay. Here's an up thrust towards the transitional zone to the bull side. A little consolidation right here. You have your momentum lit up, and there was a little spike. However, this is no entry. We're looking at pure 100% profitable trades right now, which no other indicator can give you. You already know that with MSX, this is the reason why you're watching this, why you have it. You must understand the following. When you have a group of 7 layers of confluence come together like this, you have a very, I would say 99% chance of a successful trade. Yes, 99%. Can you backtest it? If you would like to, you can do some manual backtesting by downloading average true range bands, applying it to your chart. We will cover another video how to do manual backtesting. I love manual backtesting because it's more accurate and gives you real results about the strategy. So when a signal occurs, when all of this comes together, you will have these little ATR bands around, and basically whatever the value of that ATR band is at the current time after this signal, you will see if price actually goes and touches it as a take profit zone. A little bit advanced, I'll talk about that in the next video. You can use the replay bar feature to test it in such a way if you would like to practice first before using real capital. But with the amount of information that you have, you're very likely to successfully nail each and every trade. The only requirement that I have for you is that you take profit on time. You take profit on time. And if you're wondering, well, where exactly how long do I have to hold? We will talk about that as well. I promise you, you will make money using this strategy. So the Magnificent 7 strategy does not end there. There are other additional layers of confluence that you must have in place in order to confirm if you're still not sure. Let me just say that because how we have this bar filled, what's the difference between this crossover and these crossovers? You see, if you had an indicator, any other oscillator, anything that these people promise you, without any confirmation, any confluence, without any manual human scanning of this price action, you would fail and lose. You would not know what to do with yourself in a consolidation. And you don't know you're inside of a consolidation until you've been inside of it for some time. So what to do? Once you have established your levels of support and resistance, obviously, it is good to have them just to see, for example, very beginner friendly up thrust. Okay, don't chase it. It comes back down, hits here once, goes up, comes back down, rejected twice, here and here. Don't worry about these wicks, but just roughly imagine that there's some sort of a resistance here. Okay, that much we know now. So 1, 2, 1. Now price is coming back down here. 2. We have a range now. And you're wondering, should I trade this? Because I know it went up, it came down, it went up, it came down. Could I enter here? Because I suspect this is support. You look down at the momentum, and what does it tell you? Unfortunately, this red cap of long-term trend flow, this green cloud is called long-term trend flow. And the ones within it, these small ones, are called short-term trend flow. So this is money flow, basically. It is money flow, but it's much more accurate than just money flow. After the initial impulse up, and then a comeback, another attempt to go higher, rejected a comeback, Um, it helps if you know patterns, and you know an M pattern is most likely a long pattern. A W pattern is most likely a short pattern. Okay, so when you have these things, when you're looking at these things, you should just remember that M is for long, W is for short. Coupled together with areas of support and resistance, that's a good information piece that you can start with. So here on this candle, right down below, we had a crossover. Right here, this is the red dot. You can see that this is the top. What happened on this candle was that money flow went down sharply. It created like a V top right here. You can see it. The V top was created on exactly this candle. You couldn't have known on this candle because it had to happen first in order for it they move in tandem. This is a leading indicator, so it means it moves together with price, not ahead of it. It's impossible, there's no crystal ball, but together with it. But once you have a signal like this, you start looking at some confirmations. And on this bar right here, you had an empty square, and down below it you don't have an empty square. You have one that is still filled. Remember, you don't know what is to come. What's next? Then you look down below at VVS. When it's blue, this is strength. It says so in the description, the styles bar of MSX. If you click on style, you will see that this is strength. When it's bright blue, when it's glowing, when it's lit up, it is what you're looking for in BVS. When it's dim, there's uncertainty. When every other candle, the light goes on, off, switches color, it is a period of consolidation. You're waiting for, I guess what I want to say is that you will get a feel for it. You'll get a feel for it because you cannot just, this is incredibly accurate if you can just sit on your money the whole time this is happening. The whole time this is happening before seeing some supportive evidence that this is now a time to short. Right, so you have yellow. Bar is still full. This trend flow on the next candle down, this candle now changed color to white, and it seems as though you have missed the move from the top. It's almost like a whole range already. You see, you missed the move from here to here. The signals are just starting to appear. What does this tell me personally? It tells me to chill out and wait. It tells me to sit it out because when it pumps like this, you have to understand, this is an hourly candle. Each one of these is an hourly candle. And it starts dumping and the signal lags behind and doesn't come together all at once at a small candle. I mean, this one candle, this is almost like a full reversal of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles prior to it, right? So obviously this is not something that you can trade unless you're scalping, meaning $20, $15, $30 and you're out. But on this candle, let's just look at it once again. We had a crossover. We had money flow pointing down and the wave is going down. Momentum cross happened here. Okay. Momentum cross. This is short-term trend flow shifting over to the bear side. Then, this is very important. You're watching how price is reacting. You know that you have established support over here in this zone. The price bounced. You can consider this a bounce right here. Price is going down. How about VVS? Here VVS turned yellow. That happened on this candle. Lagging, not a good trade. This box is now the second box. Okay, momentum is down. Okay, where is the candle at? Forget about it. Let's just say you're thinking, let's say it's right here. It's actually this one, but let's say it's right here. And it just hit your support line. And this is just starting to turn down. You're waiting to see what happens next. And you see that, look at these wicks. Heikin-Ashi candles. I'll teach you something. Heikin-Ashi candles. You have each one of these candles on lower time frames would have produced a lower low. A lower low. So think of each candle as a 5-minute lower low, 15-minute lower low, because this is an hour. So within this one candle, there are like 5 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and each one of these candles is producing a lower low. And on this confirmation, just starting to give you a signal now after this price action. It's not lagging, it's just the market is moving. Look, consolidation jump, indicator is starting to follow it, and then it suddenly like reverses. So it's not this is the magic of the markets. There's nothing you can do about that. But you're at support at this point, and the next candle to follow is a very particular candle that has basically a wick at the top, a wick at the bottom, and a small body like this. This is a reversal candle, and it can be found right here, or an indecision candle. That means the market is not sure if it's going down or not. Well, how do we know if it's going to continue or not going to continue? Well, it's pretty simple, because it's it bounced off of support, and now it's a higher low. Next candle is also a higher low. Next candle is also a higher low. Then another indecision candle. You're still waiting. It's getting choppy. Now, technically, you could have shorted this candle over here, and came out either on this candle, the next candle, on this wick, and that's pretty much how you should be trading anyways, because that's a $50 move here, $60 move. Most people lose money because they don't take profits. They simply do not collect their tax. Okay, you have to collect your tax from the market as fast as you can. You have to operate like the government. You have to operate like the government and create your tax and then collect it. And so exiting it, taking it from the market before it takes it from you, is very important. This is a very, very bad trade. This long-term trend flow, the way it's going down, everything looks like it's pointing to the right direction, except you have your support here. So when this happens, you cannot expect price to pierce through it unless you have other indications stemming from Armageddon. We'll take a look. Now, there's another element right here. This is the delta line, the yellow line. This yellow line is best explained as a distance between the white line and the blue line. The momentum waves right here. That's the distance between it. It is a little bit faster than the actual momentum wave, the blue wave, because when this line goes down and deviates from the 0 line and creates like this gap over here. You see that? See these gaps? It will most likely want to return to the mean, usually. So when on this signal it goes up towards the 0 line while momentum is going down, you know it's going to get choppy. Why? Because that's a conflict. There's no confluence. We want the Magnificent Seven to be in agreement. We don't have that here. We have one going this way. Delta is looking like it's going up. No strength for it to go up on the VVS. Bars are still full. All of them are still full. Momentum is going up. It did not go down. It did not go down all the way down. This momentum wave needs to produce something like this for it to be considered oversold. It did not happen. This is how you identify a chop. You're looking at it, you're like, I don't know. Plus we're in a green cloud. When you're inside the green cloud, these little dips must be ignored and a long position must be sought. Does that make sense? When you're in the green cloud, as long as you're in it, whatever the dip is, you have to look for it to reverse, at least temporarily, and go back up. That's just the nature of how this green cloud is acting as a magnet to attract price and make it pump. And so we have chop, chop, chop. There are many misconceptions about how this must be read. They think it's either solid this or solid that. No, it's the inconsistency of, bright blue, dim yellow, dim yellow, dim yellow. Momentum is going down. Meanwhile, your what's it called? MFI here is kind of like up, down, down, So there's a lot of conflict here. Nothing is clear. This is a clear chop, and your job is to sit it out. Do you see this green dot? This is the crossover. However, it's not a signal to long. This is not a long signal. There is no long signal here. This price action, there is no long signal here. You must be patient and let it go. Even though it's pumping, there was a significant pump already. So this is just an echo, an aftershock. So you can predict, okay, this, and now when you get a crossover here, it's already looking like an M shape. So you can be pretty confident that this is perhaps a short. And here you have a lot more confluence when you have a within a proximity of one another, close proximity. This bar goes out, so it's solid. Boom, goes empty. Solid. Follows a bar later. You're over here now. Price is pretty high from the top. Signal occurred here. Bars are just catching up. Okay, good push down. Volatility level using this bright poisonous yellow over here. That some people are pushing the price down. There's support here. There's this M shape thing. So you're thinking, okay, how far can they really push it? Let me see if I can start shorting around this area. So you're being patient. You see that price came down, bounced, and now we have a bunch of like little choppy candles like this. You can see on Heiken Ashi, indecision candle. All these candles have no decision strength. They're all white. They're all white also, which means white is the kind of candles that you leave alone. You don't touch them, especially if you have a confirmation here that we're supposed to be seeing more red. We're not. These bars, when they show up, blue bars, I'm just gonna make this video. I think we're doing it the right way. I'm going to make this video a little bit repetitive, just so that you can catch this idea of what the Magnificent Seven is and how I want you to sit on your money most of the time. There's not a single group that will tell you zero, because they will lose. They will not make money from you if you don't trade constantly. They have to be telling you to get engaged. But I'm telling you, do not trade unless you see the Magnificent Seven come your way. So blue bars over here. Let's take a look. Still choppy. You're chilling. You're chilling. Other people are thinking, oh, should I long? Oh, momentum wave, long it. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I know many people from other groups that rely on these very primitive indicators, and they do not know how to trade them. A bullish divergence, this label, would occur a little bit after. Maybe on this candle. It needs to wait one more candle to close, and you have a whole bunch of mess still. After a choppy zone, there will be an impulse, suppression, another impulse, suppression. So this is consolidation. This is when people get chopped to death. You, on the other hand, are chilling. You have your long-term trend flow going towards zero, yet look at the consistency of these signals. Yellow, and then like the power fades. Bright yellow again. Oh, another push down. Power fades. Blue starts to show up. Blue starts to show up, but these bars over here are not getting filled. The confirmation bars, confluence bars are not getting filled. So blue, bright yellow, blue, dim yellow, bright yellow. All of this, you're just chilling. Then you have an impulse. And while you don't see what's to come here, you're thinking, this is it. This is going to break out. This is powerful, you know. This is the moment I've been waiting for. So it impulses. You confirm. And you go down here and you're like, whoop, filled. Okay. Momentum is going up. Okay. What about down here? Filled. Okay. After a chop like this, you have a bright blue front running these confirmation bars. It's looking good. It's looking good actually over here. So what is it that I should do? Should I start longing here? Here's the most important part. You go up to the momentum. It crosses over zero on this candle. Interesting, on this candle. So at this point, you are in the FOMO zone. You're in the FOMO zone and you're thinking, maybe I should long right here, because everything on here looks like it is going my way now. So what of it? Why not? What's going on? Well, it's simple. Long-term trend flow failed to cross zero, like it did over here, for example. Failed to cross it and reversed. There's one key element that is going to invalidate all of this, and that is the fact that the impulse was pretty aggressive, not a steady, slow kind of 45-degree impulse, but vertical. That's one. I'm just telling you the thought process, like how you should be looking at this. You're like, okay, an impulse, and let's say you somehow identified a triangle, and you're like, yes, I know this is a triangle right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is gonna impulse. In my video, if you watch, I told you that if you have a triangle and price does not impulse 4/3 of the triangle, or at least half of it, then it is most likely a fake out. If you wait, if you have a triangle here and you're convinced that this is indeed a triangle, and it somehow happened right at the nose, be very, very careful with it. Be very careful with it, because it may not be as vivid, as continuous as you would like it to be. If a triangle is identified and price pops out and leaves all this empty space here, that's a good signal. Even if it's vertical like this, you should start looking at your oscillators. So just to give you a pattern perspective of what it is that you should be looking at. Now, this is strange because we had a long-term trend flow go up, meaning continuation. It started to fall here, going down. Now, while it's going down, this is going up. Short-term trend flow is going up, yet the long-term trend flow, which is the dominant trend flow, is pushing it down. Here it gets reversed, but ultimately there's enough juice left to push the price down. You will find this on all pairs happening the same way. It goes up, correction. So what happened here? All you had to do was wait and verify that ultimately after 3 VVS dots on this particular signal, yes, right here, or even this, I think it was this candle. Look, price came back down, hit support. The next candle, empty bars again. So the chop continues. Could you have entered here? Yes, you would be sitting underwater then if you decided to go. But here's the element. Remember this delta I told you about? The more severe it is, the more likely that it's like a rubber band. It will notice what happened here. Where momentum was going up and it crossed over here on this candle and these things lit up. Where's the delta? Where's the delta here? Look at this. It is already at the peak and started to come down by the time these things are going up. By the time this is confirming. Check this out. This delta is already stretched enough. I want you to take a look here and notice where it was. And most likely, at this peak, it was at 20. 20 is pretty high. It goes as high as 32, 35 sometimes. Look at this. Look at this here. See this delta over here? So, looking at this thing, that should be a tell that the number 7 is not present here. The Magnificent 7 is not here. You wait. Let's chop around the price action for a little bit. I can show you, oh, look how beautiful we captured this. I want to talk about ranges in particular. Here's another what could be considered a range. Let's take a look. So when do these ranges happen? An impulse, right? A little sideways, another impulse, rejection back to the sideways, range starts. You can notice it right away after a few hours, maybe 8 hours later. On the 1 hour chart, you can see. Here, do we have a short signal? Look at this. Long-term trend flow. Going up. Here is the first signal. So what do I look for specifically? I'm going to count it again. I want this to be memorable. I want you to remember this. Initially, I wanted to make a 5-minute video, but honestly, if you don't invest an hour or two in this, then it's not about how I do it, it's about how you do it. So forgive my lack of YouTubing experience. This is not about being a YouTuber and you being a consumer. This is you cutting the cord from people like I and numerous of other people online who are polluting your brain with news fundamentals. It could go up, it could go down. Just use MSX, people. Use MarketSpy and you'll be okay. So, long term, momentum started up. Short term is going down. This is 1. I'm looking, can I short this here? Number 1. Then, as momentum flow is going down, I see this green dot. That price is going up. I already know that this is going to be a chop. Why? Strong acceleration and then slowing down. The bar is full. The bar is full. Do you see the bar? The bar is full right here. Check it out. Momentum cross down, or rather it's invisible here. Here you see the first visible bar on this signal. Still the bar is full. C bar is full. Yellow, transitioning from dim blue, choppy. Red, yes, okay. Maybe this is a good spot. I'm not sure. So I go 1, okay. I have 2, okay. I have 3, my C bar, okay. And I have 4. And I have 5, my VVS. And I have all this stuff happening here. And then that's all I have. I don't have this 6. I don't have trend flow going down 7. I don't have the 7. I only have 5 areas of a short signal. I only have 5 areas here. And these are lightning is going up right here. RSI is pointing kind of down. You can see the lower highs on RSI right here. Equal highs here. See, there's equal high on the RSI. So it's choppy. And my momentum went down here. My VVS is showing me like blue, even though momentum short-term trend flow goes down. Delta is up and down. So definitely you can easily say that this is a choppy area. I will wait it out. You're still waiting. What happens to this? We come down here. You wait a little bit more, a little bit longer. And then you're like, oh, hidden bear divergence. Okay. This is higher. This is lower. We have a bearish divergence right here. Bearish divergence. Hidden bearish divergence is usually a continuation of the trend. Now what's the trend here? It's up, but it's a bearish hidden divergence. So that's a very interesting sign. You have a crossover here. Momentum, blue attempt, blue. Nothing is confirmed down here, all chop. This is how you measure choppiness. I think people misunderstand and think that it has to be like one color or the other. Then this candle happens. This white candle, which creates a lower low. So you're like, okay, we consolidated, and because we created a lower low, that means the range bears are winning the range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bears won. It pierced through. Not bulls, bears. Okay, just the basics. Inside of this consolidation, there was a tug of war, the battle, and this candle won. Then you look here. You're like, okay, red, got it. Momentum is going down. This momentum is already confirmed, but the signal happened here. So not so good. You have finally yellow, bright yellow. What about bars? Bars are like gone. Bars are not. They're all empty, but the signal occurred here and then later on here. Let's just say here and here. Look at the distance between these two. Not optimal. What do we do with this? We're not trading it. This candle happened. You have this trend flow going down. I would not recommend trading this, but you're saying, but what about this? I missed on all this. Yes, but if you want to preserve your capital and if you want to actually compound and earn, on your trading, you're not looking at anything that that does not make any sense. And here it doesn't make any sense. And we have a sell, price instantly goes up. It looks like it's like perfect downtrend. It's not. price, because it's white again. White is indecision. So you have white very fast, then red, then you have other white ones right here, and then you have indecision candle, indecision. Imagine just for a second, imagine that you are, it's in retrospect, a lot of traders do this. They're like, oh look, listen, if you're right here and you have these two indecision candles, you know what you're thinking? You're thinking, I'll show you what you're thinking. You're thinking, this is support. You're thinking 100% that this is one indecision candles. Now it's going to reverse. Now it's going to reverse because I have weakening momentum. And look, it's been red, empty bars. Surely the next one will be filled. What you're doing here is playing a dangerous game, and you're front running it. A very dangerous game, and you're front running it without using any sort of rules or confirmation to take your trade. So while it feels like you're missing on a trade, you're actually being very smart, while other people are now considering shorting here, perhaps. And while this is happening, there's something that I want you to pay attention to, and that is essentially these momentum waves that produce these dots that are very close, almost next to each other, up, down, and this price is like struggling. Usually when this happens, I want you to start looking at the overall momentum, which is right here. It is at, as a matter of fact, if you have it set at the default, not like this, let's switch it back to default, oversold 60%, sorry, 60, right, not percent. Yeah, so 60% would actually show you that you're extremely oversold. And while people are now shorting because they're like, yep, this is reversing, you have your GPS dot right here. It's a much better signal. That means you have to start looking for a long now. And you're thinking to yourself, you're like, okay, gee, I just, missed all this. Now you're scared. You think it's going to continue. You're not sure anymore because it fell below your support over here, and now it's sitting below. And then you have these GPS dots. You're in safe, you're in good hands. You're in good hands here. Let me explain. Look what happens. GPS dot. So this is a choppy area, no consistency, no solid. Every time when there's like yellow, a dim yellow signal means there's an interruption to the continuation. It's losing, bears are losing strength, so there's something funky going on. Something funky is going on here. And boom, matter of fact, you have your GPS. Now you're getting ready, because when you see these little eyes here, these green pulse signals, you know what to do. You start looking for a long. You check your RSI and you see that it's green. It's oversold. It's 30, below 30. Very bearish. And what starts happening here is that you're looking at candles which are starting to post Heikin-Ashi candles, higher highs. Do you see that? How can we know? Well, here's a lower, higher, yet there's no signal whatsoever to long. Okay, skip it up. Over here, green, right on this candle. This candle is extremely right here. Up. Okay, you're like, yes, maybe I should long now. But where is my additional confirmation? Where's the confirmation bars? And you see that there's no confirmation bars whatsoever. GPS, however, is here. and other groups, or perhaps you might see similar indicators that are copying these ideas in place, will tell you that, you know, long the dot and they would be right, except this is very bad risk management. For us, what do we want to see? We want to see a confirmation bar, which is also a white candle, an impulse up, we have a white candle, an extended period of selling, check. An impulsive candle reversal, check. Was there a pattern of sorts? Yes, there was a trend line. There was a trend line here. And this candle pierced right above this trend line. Maybe a triangle, you might argue. We had a little triangle. Do you see that? Boom. It came out, a descending triangle. GPS backed by this on this candle. We go further down below. We see that it's still empty. Second candle, same height, it's still there. Now it's green. The candle is green. So we have this candle. We're still not trading. We have this candle, and we look down below. And what do we see? What do we see on this candle? First of all, 2 GPS dots already. Second of all, we have this confirm on this candle, which is this filled square right here. It shifted from being empty to filled. And VVS, very strong, bright blue. Right after, 2 green dots, 2 green GPSs, and a switch from yellow to instant blue on this reversal candle, which is white, followed by a green candle. What is momentum? Blue, blue short term, blue. Trend flow is blue. Here, on this candle, momentum crosses 0. Momentum crosses 0 right here. RSI is already shooting up. You could probably already make the trade here, but let's just say momentum goes up right here. You have a confirmation of volume. Volume is significantly higher. You wait for this candle to close. What happens to the white cap over here? Long-term trend flow going down, 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 down. Started to curve almost vertically thanks to this candle instantly, and turned white. Turned white right here, from red to white. This momentum wave off of these GPSs is going up. So I'm looking at this candle. Oh man, what happened here? I'm looking at this candle right here. As a matter of fact, this is not using Heiken-Ashi. This candle right here. So box, second box, VVS, GPS, blue momentum. Momentum wave is going up. Crossover on the second candle here. So this is your entry point right here. RSI up. Everything is up. Everything is up. We count starting from 1. Confirmation bar 1, check. Confirmation bar 2, check. VVS, check. Chronologically, I do it like this. Short-term trend flow, check. Crossover to the 0 side. That's above the 0. Sorry, not to the other side of the 0 line. 1, crossover over here on this candle. My pattern, trend line. Okay, got it. Trend line, channel, breakout candle. 1, breakout confirmation. Number 2, GPS. Number 3, confirmation bar 1. Number 4, confirmation bar 2. Number 5, confirmation VVS, bright blue. Number 6, confirmation long-term trend flow, color shift, going to white. Confirmation 7, my momentum, RSI and MFI in transition zone to the bull side, 7. I would like to emphasize that you need to only find 7 samurai without actually choosing one over the other. No, I'm sorry. What I meant to say is that you can have this flexibility. You can say one is missing, the other one comes to the rescue. But the more confidence you find, the easier it is for you to take that confident trade. In my strategy, we're covering only MSX. It is not complete without Armageddon. We're covering only MSX. Now, let's take a look at more examples before we try and use other areas of confluence with Armageddon. So, your pump here, great. Short-term trend flow is up, green flow. Long-term trend flow is up, it is green and thickening. What are these pink dots? These pink dots here is what's called a, I was actually in the platoon and I said, pay attention to the oversold conditions indicated by the turbo heat mode. Now the heat is when there's an oversold environment which attracts more buyers, When momentum is strong, it attracts more buyers to its side, and then we had a second impulse, a second leg up here. Let's go back to Heiken Ashi. What about now? What about now here in this zone? Let's do a little test right here because I think it'll be a classic. We have 2 ceilings right here, right? I'll tell you how you can trade this. 2 ceilings. This is a double top, perhaps similar double tops here, but something like that, right? We have a little pattern here. It's like this, and now it's being tested. Look at this. We're likely going to maybe go up. Do this. And this will be our target, around 7K, 7100. Why? Just like before, we have our support here. Okay. Momentum is going down, price is going up. Momentum is going down, price is going up. Momentum is down, price is up. The reason it is not dumping immediately is because this is a distribution event where you have your green flow momentum is so strong, it has to create this red area over here. It has to crater like this in order for it to be valid. But as long as we're in the green, price will have an incredibly difficult time basically for this could be a small bull flag in the making, maybe even a symmetric. It's a bull flag. So if this candle doesn't pump out of here, here's the ceiling, and then goes back down, it's a short. Based on this, what can we actually expect from this price action right now, as opposed to looking back at the previous price action? What can we say about Bitcoin here? This candle looks not clean from both sides, from the bottom and from the top. We have wicks, so not too confident. Just like this candle is going to push price a little higher and maybe reverse. Momentum is looking like it's getting rejected. We have a green dot over here, and we have no signal whatsoever, empty bars for a long. If you're holding a long, maybe it's a continuation pattern, but we have no indication that this is going to continue, but we have all the indications that this is going to chop for the next little while. So if you're trading, you drop down to lower time frames in the direction of these higher time frames. So okay, so look at this. Dump, bars do not confirm. I hope it is starting to make sense. Like I said, we're gonna drill this. It's not like one of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 done tutorials. This is something that I want to go over again and again and again until it actually clicks and you internalize it, because my mission would be complete when you say it finally clicks. I understand it. Where was I all these years? So this is the kind of chop that I'm talking about. Do you see this consolidation? This consolidation, we're in the early stages of it. Do not worry, it will consolidate before continuing. It's not going to simply go up or go down immediately. We're gonna have weekend madness. Today is was it Thursday, Friday? I'm not even sure, but yeah. Why am I choosing Bitcoin for this demonstration? Because its volatility is through the roof. It's super unpredictable, and all of your darling indicators will fail if you're using Bitcoin as your instrument to trade with. So let's go find another area. This is hourly chart for you scalpers. Let's go to 15 minutes. No shame in the game. Let's go and take a look what's happening here. Your 1 hour time frame support resistance is mapped out, and you're just chilling. Okay, so we start. Let's actually start right now, real time. Look at this candle. Candle is, it doesn't know where it wants to go. Okay, so it has no direction, no up, no down. We have bars filled. So what happened here, just prior to this, we had a fill on this bar, and it was green. It got green. Initial signal happened right here on this bar. So this is what, 50-minute time frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're 5 bars, 50-minute each behind this initial signal. Turning positive. Crossover. Is that a long signal here? No, there's absolutely nothing you can do, because this is going up. Delta is going down against it. This long-term trend flow is starting to go up, and now it's red again. A definite choppy area is to come. So this is the time when you go and take a little walk. You go and watch a movie. You go spend time with your family. You go do your thing. You don't have to force any trades and worry, because this is not going anywhere. I guarantee you, you will come back in a few hours time, or even by tomorrow, and you'll still be here with like these wicks and absolutely no direction whatsoever in this consolidation. If anyone knows anything about ranges, that would be yours truly, Crypto Ranger here. But I'm telling you this because momentum can shift over. Your signal is right here, right here, right here, tun, 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 and then it's yellow, not sustained. Now compare this to something as clear as perhaps something prior to this, when we were in an uptrend, in a nice little uptrend. How about this one? Let's not go far and look at the obvious, but let's look at the recent price data, and look at this momentum going down, and then look at this. Very, very important. Beautiful. You have your cross signal right here on this candle. Okay. And this is just there's no confirmation. This is how you see people make money and post profits, because they just go all in on these like crossovers in combination with like, oh, support, probably support. Yes. Resistance, probably take money at around here. Sure, this is what they're looking at. Do you understand? This is what they're looking at, and they have the confidence or the balls to go and long this signal right here. Okay, for us though, does this tell us anything about what is happening in the markets? Look at this. Sell, 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 sell. This candle, what I tell you about these candles that have a wick up and wick down and a small body, that's a reversal candle. That's a reversal candle. Why is this important? Because with Heiken Ashi, you can easily tell reversal candle, but to which side? Probably to the upside, because momentum is oversold, curving up, and it happens to be on this blue bar. Now blue is what you want. Blue, blue, blue. Momentum is going up. Let's say you did not enter here. This is your signal. Momentum confirmation. The Magnificent Seven starts. Boom. You had red, 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 red. Long trend flow was pushed to the other side, to the upper side. Now, the beautiful thing about this setup is that each and every one of these candles were very slow, and the price difference between them was not that great. So if we take our measurement tool and go from here to here, it's only moved $50. Now, if you think about the 15-minute time frame, that's quite significant. But it's also the measurement of these candles compared to previous candles. You see they're much bigger, greener, and you're thinking, okay, if this is reversal candle, a green candle is to come. Remember, you don't see it. You're looking at it like this. And you're like, it is probably going to retest this high. So it has all the space to go up. It's going to be an implosive, impulsive move. How can I confirm it? You start looking for the confirmation bars. You have your signal. Yes, 1 point for your confidence. You're thinking, signal, okay. 1, 2, momentum crossover happens where? Happens right over here. By that time, you have your long-term trend flow confirmed, short-term trend flow confirmed, C-bar confirmed, C-bar 2 confirmed, bright blue confirmed, and this is going vertical. Right here, this is already your MFI, this blue line. Do you see it? This blue line is making a V shape right here. Right here, it's making a V shape. And no, this is right on this candle. This is right on this candle. Supported by momentum. Delta is still okay. It is still going up. This blue wave off of this signal from here is still going up at a 45-degree angle. A nice, healthy, trending angle. And it crossed the zero line over here. So you have your Magnificent Seven. We will start the count again. We will start momentum, short-term trend flow. Yes. 1, 2, C-bar, 3, 4, VVS. From dim blue, yellow, power, losing power, accelerating, losing power, power increasing, power is going down, power is going up, impulse, power is going down, not sure, impulse again. So many attempts, that's number 5. So you have your bright blue is number 5. Long-term trend flow gets pushed to a white line, that's number 6. And your money flow / RSI is increasing in value, and on this candle going 7. So you have your 7 right in front of you. What do you do next? Why should you trust this? Because you're applying common sense. You're saying a retest of the high, support. On 5 minute, there's support bounce right here. Most likely, probability wise, probability. So you're thinking, okay, I made it halfway through here, and on this candle, I got all the confirmation that I need, which means we'll probably impulse up. And sure enough, you enter this trade here, and you have your $20-$30 move right here. But you know you're coming up here, so you hold it. That's a $100 move. We will talk about the best ways to enter a trade, not using market, and how that is achieved. How you can always make sure you get filled on the limit. Not always the case, but most of the time, there's a successful way of doing it. So we'll talk about that. How about this? And then so basically you traded, you took profit. You're like, okay, are we going down now? And you see that you have your resistance again. Okay, you had that target before. You're thinking, okay, a retest of the previous high over here. So you took money. You took money right here on these candles. Okay, or maybe sooner right here. So what do you do now? Now you're looking at a short signal or a continuation. How do I know if I'm going to continue? I will look at momentum going up. Momentum is going up, so maybe I'll hold my trade, but I know I saw this, so that's my first sign. When this shows up on lightning, you should pay attention, because that's a sign of a trouble area. So you have two peaks. You're thinking, okay, double top. Maybe it's a double top. Okay, you're just speculating. You're a speculator, remember. Your job is to speculate. And you're thinking, okay, maybe this is a double top. We had a bounce. What did Ranger tell me? He told me if you see an M sign, most likely it's a short. It's a short if it's an M sign. If it's a W sign, it's a long W. Okay, so you're remembering that. You're like, okay, I know this, I've learned this. Lower low here, higher low, lower low, higher low. Are we going to continue here? Most likely up a little bit to the previous high here and get rejected again. So you're looking at a W and go back down again. So something is going to happen soon. Do we have a pattern here? I have a little flag formation. Could it be a bull flag? You want to wait for a breakout and confirmation here, which is not. Money flow is going down. RSI is going up. This is going up. Delta is going up. Signal was right over here. So I don't know. This could actually impulse up, you're thinking, but you cannot enter it unless you already entered here at the back. So you have your confirmation 1, confirmation 2, confirmation 3, confirmation 4, confirmation 5, and confirmation 6. Except, what's wrong with this picture? While all of this is confirming, it's already made quite a bounce, and it's very close to, this is a 50-minute time frame, remember? It's very close to the actual top here. It's actual top, plus maybe a pattern of sorts. So you're thinking, okay, if it's a breakout, we'll start looking for a short. Let's see how powerful will this be. This will most likely switch to blue, but will it be this blue or this blue? Because that's important. But your signal was already here, so technically you should be inside of this trade. Not all of them are going to have the 7 samurai present. You have your signal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. long-term trend flow. If it's hard to see here, just look at this bar. Look at this bar. It's green, red. So this is the red period. Green is when it crosses momentum zero. Look at it. Look at it. The long-term trend flow. These no decision candles, and look at it. The cap is red. So you're missing your seven samurai here. You're missing it. You're missing it. So obviously, choppy again. There's nothing that we can do here. Let's go to this one instrument that I like. Where is it? Here, the USD JPY, United States dollar. Of course, forex people, you know, focus on daily charts, but we will run through 1 hour and show you what that is all about. Dun 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 dun. Read this. Loved by many, hated by few, imitated by most. A lot of fakes are starting to show up over there and over here. Another perfect example of first just looking at the charts. You have your M pattern. You have your W pattern with a lower low and then a higher low, and a lot of the times they would say there's a shoulder, a head, another shoulder, and this is the size of the trade, and there it is. Oh, sorry, breach the neckline, and then from here, that's the size of the trade of this box. So okay. The exact same thing. This was a beautiful trade, as a matter of fact. Since a few days ago, we have there's days of worth of data, but for forex people, what you're looking for, and remember, this is all just the oscillator. Wait till we add Armageddon to smooth out the action. I'm just telling you, if you absolutely had nothing, like imagine yourself being on an island and you have no access to anything else, and you're forced to trade, and then they tell you, you know, make $1 million, or you never coming off of this island alive. And you're like, okay, you know, you have a choice of tools, and you say, you know, give me MSX. I feel better with MSX, and you wouldn't be wrong. So we start the count with, I'll show you the beauty. So this is the first one, GPS, the green pulse signal that is most of the time guarantees a reversal, and it absolutely does not care whether you have confirmation or not. All it needs from you is to confirm support. When this occurs and there's a previous area of some sort of support, then you can expect this to bounce. Okay, so keep that in mind. GPS requires only one thing. It ignores everything else. It needs support. I will show you something. Check this out. So you have your ascending flag. You have your breakdown. Confirmed by, oh man, I'm not even gonna go there. But let's say you have this. Let's say you have this ascending. So beautiful. Breakdown. You have your confirmation starting at right over here. Momentum going down here. VVS, GPS, all of that stuff. Let's go chronologically. Easy pattern, easy bearish pattern after a jump. It's a rising, and then how do we trade this? Let's take a look. So first of all, Let's zoom in a little bit and take a look here. So obviously a volatility expansion event happened over here just because of like this constriction, right? And it's very easy to see that while all of this was happening, something else came along here on MSX. We had a peak. So you give it space, you let it consolidate, you give it time to expand like this. You know, you're looking at this pattern. You're not sitting at your computer 24/7 waiting to trade this peak, this peak. You just wait for it to build up, and then you're like, okay, I feel like it's been a good 5 days consolidating. 5 days of this consolidation is going to cause a very massive eruption, or basically a lava sort of meltdown after you give it a whole week to consolidate in this beautiful simple pattern. So you have identified it. You know this is most likely the peak. You have your peaks over here, the trough and the valleys over here, the peaks and the valleys. So you have it consolidated, you're ready to go. Now you're like, okay, let's look here. And you go 1. So you have 1. Momentum is going down. 2. Too late. Why? Look at this and look at this. It took some time to get there. We don't want it. We let it do its thing. We go to the next peak, and remember, we can say, okay, higher, 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 and then this one is lower, right? So you're thinking higher, high, high, higher, high, higher, high, higher, high, and this one from here to here is actually equal, or actually just a tiny bit a lower high. This one's a lower high. For the first time, this one's a lower high. So you start looking here. You're like, okay, what do I have? First of all, I have my lightning in the transition zone. Lightning is inside the transition zone. And it's chopping inside there. Which side is going to win, given that this is a bearish rising channel and that we've been hitting it and failing every time, and now we're falling here? What do I have? First, I have my crossover on the momentum wave. There's another thing that perhaps is not being shown, but you have 2 equal highs, and this momentum is pointing down. A slight deviation there. You see that? Okay. We have this, and we have lightning and MFI together with RSI start to go down. It's all about the degree of angle. Up, down. It's going down. Momentum wave is going down. Most importantly, we have a cross where we have gold bars. And these gold bars are now need to be confirmed by, let me show you. Let's zoom in. So we have 1, bar missing, but VVS is bright yellow. You don't have to wait for this bar. You don't have to wait for it, but it has to be within the close proximity of the first bar. It cannot start here. You understand? It has to be within the close proximity. And you're saying, okay, momentum, short-term crossover down. Okay, so for sure correction is going to follow. You go for it. Right on this bar, which is actually the second bar after the first bar. Sorry, third bar. Okay, and bright yellow, empty bars, Momentum is going down, empty bars, everything is going down. Long-term trend flow is now red, candle is white. So if you wanted to really wait and not enter here, reversal candle. Remember this hike in the sheet. Do you recognize this candle? It's a reversal candle together with these indications here, makes for a good strong case. And boom, you enter a short, fingers crossed, you sit there and you wait. It goes down, and now you're starting to see that delta is most likely going to cross zero and produce this green dot. You're looking at short-term trend flow. Short-term trend flow is not showing you blue bars. It is showing you gold bars, yellow bars, prices pissing away. And these bars are not creating higher lows, as you can see. These bars are not. Here's a lower low, 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 equal low, equal low, equal low, all here. Red shows up. Check it out. Red Heiken-Ashi clean, shaven, no wick above Heiken-Ashi candle, and this long-term trend flow is now not playing any games. Now when you have your GPS here and people using products that are not related to MS, others would probably long this because they have no idea whatsoever, and they think, oh, I had support here, so I'm going to, most likely it is going to bounce here on my precious signal. Wrong. There's no support here. GPS is here. VVS is not showing any signs of life. We have your bars that started to disappear here are fully empty the whole time. Yellow is present strongly, and it's not showing you signs of weakness like this one over here, for example. This one show you a sign of weakness a little bit. A second GPS. Blue bar. Now it's getting interesting. As you're holding this, you're thinking, okay, maybe I'm getting some signs over here. Long-term trend flow. So now you're being careful. Then you start seeing momentum going up over here. What do you have? Maybe you have a trailing stop or something. Blue, you confirm. You're like, okay, is this going to reverse? No confirmation from the bars whatsoever. Continue to hold. Continue to hold. Patience rewarded in the next few hours with another leg down. Another GPS, unfiltered GPS. Now you have a bullish divergence and the GPS. Momentum starts going up. Momentum starts going up here. However, long-term trend flow is not showing these white areas. Sometimes it shows you like a chop like this and then white areas. You can see a little bit of white over here, here. Boom, red. Right? So we're not seeing that on the long-term trend flow whatsoever, despite this bullish, regular bullish divergence, which could spell a reversal for the trend, but it's not happening. So second GPS on this candle. Do you want to long it? Let's confirm with the bars. Nope. Even though price is going up and it looks clean shaven, Heiken-Ashi bottom, no wicks, this is not being confirmed. Empty. From yellow to blue to bright blue, yes, there's strength picking up. Momentum crosses over zero, yet by this time the price, you waited for the next candle, delta again up right here, delta, and it's getting exhausted. RSI went up. It never made it to the transitional, out of the transitional zone. your MFI, money flow, lightning indicator here never went to this bullish strip over here, and so it declined. So three GPS dots totally invalidated by having absolutely no supporting evidence of a reversal here. Another GPS dot, you're looking at VVS. What is VVS telling us? Bars, empty bars, empty bars. VVS strong as ever, pushing it down, pushing it down. Nothing. What the hell, man? Nothing. Are you serious right now? I paid $3,000 for Market Cipher. You're telling me these are not fourth GPS. Now logically, and I'm not saying because I'm looking at this now, because there's still some downside here, but logically you're thinking, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 US dollar against Japanese yen. Come on. There's gotta be enough. And this is 1 hour. That's okay. You look at the daily at 4 hours and see what's happening there, and maybe you would have gotten a clue what I'm looking for. Trend flow, short-term trend flow attempt. Huh. Right here. Attempt. Okay. GPS, short-term trend flow, long-term trend flow. Any signs of white? Nope. Any signs of filled boxes here? Not that I see, but here's one on this candle. Okay, what's happening? Where's the resistance? Either here or here. So it's a zone. This is a zone. This is a zone of resistance right here. Okay, you're thinking, okay. This is resistance. I'm right below it. I have a signal. Will it push through? Long-term trend flow starts going up. Lightning goes up, goes to the bullish territory over here. Momentum goes up. You are looking at the Magnificent 7. So you start counting. You go 1, 1, short-term trend flow crossover. GPS 2, momentum is going up, oversold. C bar 3, next C bar 4, these things bright blue 5, long-term trend flow missing. What can come in place of it? Lightning 6. Where's 7? Where's 7? Where is 7? It's missing. There's no 7. How do I know if this is going up or down? Well, let's open Armageddon. Because 7 is missing, we need to summon it from somewhere. We need to have 7 in order to confirm this, and we cannot initiate the trade without proper confirmation. What can we possibly do? Armageddon. We activate it, and all of this is happening. We have green square here. Okay, not too significant, but what else? The baseline. Now the baseline here, we crossed it once, twice, 3 times. All the while momentum is going up. Look at these red green dots over here. Choppy. And our lightning is no longer in the bullish territory after this. It's down below, consolidating under this baseline. Boom, we have a crossover. The signal started over here. First baseline crossover over here. Do we trade any of it? No. We were missing this one small key element, and you can't force the 7th element here. The Magnificent 7 have to be a gang. They have to come in at this price action together. All of this is random. There's separation, divide and conquer. They don't want us together. They want to trick us into this. Not gonna happen. Could you have, longed it without the seventh person here, without the seventh cowboy, without the seventh samurai? Yes. But no, I wouldn't. Baseline. You draw an X and you see if this baseline matches degree of your X. Flat. Nothing bullish about it. When this candle came, it is literally horizontal. Doesn't matter. It's horizontal. We crossed over. Yeah, maybe a little tiny long here, but I wouldn't. I would not. Simple as that. Then we have this. We have a diamond. What's happening here? So we missed all this because of the seven samurai were not there. What do we do now? We have a cross. Take money flag and diamond. The purple baseline, and we close below it. We close below this baseline, which is flat, but overall the direction is down. And we look at here. We have two peaks are bear. Reversal. So this uptrend is going to reverse to the downtrend. You have your confirmation here on these candles. You wait to confirm. When? Right here. 1. You go down. Right here. 2. Boom. When 2 bars come together in tandem like this, you have your confirmation. Arrow down, close below the baseline. You wait for the candle close. You have your diamond, blood arrow below the baseline. Momentum is going down. Short-term trend flow turned red. When long-term trend flow turns red like this, you wait for short-term to cross over this next candle. So all of the confirmation is here. Let's do the count. We need 7. We have short-term 1. We have momentum 2. Not exactly in this order, but I'm just telling you what to look for. 3. We have 4. VVS 5. Momentum starting to go down. Below the baseline, we have this arrow below baseline 1 and baseline 2. That is 6. And long-term trend flow also would be 7. So it's a short. It's a short. How do we manage it? Where, how long do we have to hold it? This is an individual question, but you're looking at 56 pips a day later on this trade, which is quite nice. You remain below the baseline. You keep falling. Long-term trend flow is blood red. Nothing's happening. Armageddon is a component that we will talk about later and understand why does this happen and how to treat it. Even though we're below baselines over here, look at this, both baselines. It's a short signal, but a lot of people tell me, oh, they're fake outs. Why would you short this diamond if we've been dumping for the past how many days? And at the end, they show up. They show up by creating, the parameter includes a lower low, a specific lower low based on bar period that warrants this diamond. Now that's a classical sort of, every trader knows a lower low, lower low, lower low. Is it guaranteed? But if you're looking at a 1 hour chart and there's been like dumpage for like 2 weeks prior the whole time, and at the end you decide to short now on this signal, you need to check yourself, because you have your signal too long here, VVS here, bullish fill here, here, momentum. Look at this white. We are seeing some white on this GPS right here, green square towards the baseline. Already tasted the blood of the bears by closing above baseline too. Sideways a little bit, boom, you have this. While the bars are filled, momentum is above zero, and you had these early signs. You had some chop over here, but if you held, you know, you had your crossover over here. This is more important now. This is more significant, because you can actually rely on this arrow going long, because you think, okay, down, 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 arrow, such a nice breakout, green candles. We've been holding pretty well. All the bars are lit, everything is lit, and VVS just starts going nuts over here, going up, 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 up. These flags tell you take your money. Momentum starts going down and goes up, and so this is very easy. This is what it's all about. This is the Magnificent Seven. If you're trading on higher time frames like daily, 1 hour, Armageddon is a whole different beast. Everything is perfect and precise on it. You just have to know how to read it. But I'm gonna turn it off. I just showed you how to employ the baseline to look difference. This GPS, right? Yellow, 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 yellow. No bars, no bars, no bars. Momentum is going down, 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 down. Bang, X. Failed momentum. Go down, go down. Suppression. Boom, go down. GPS. The next yellow after this GPS had bright yellows. After this one, it's dim yellow. And then the next transition, now you have green squares showing up. You didn't have those squares over here. Now you have them showing up over here. Early signs of things to come. You have your momentum switch to blue right on this candle. Starts going towards the zero line. Momentum on RSI and MFI starts to pick up, transitioning on this candle. Very sharp V-neck like reversal over here. You're chilling. You're not chasing these pumps or whatever. You're just chilling. You're just looking at this to play out, and you're taking your sweet time. Now you have this green dot, which is the opposite of the diamond, and that is when two C bars come together. Confirmed by VVS, once again bright blue, which the transition is not as smooth as we would like, but nevertheless bright blue right on this candle. You have your supportive squares over here. Take profit squares for the short. That means shorts are now in trouble. This is a short trouble area potentially. Together with everything else, we closed above the baseline. The previous high is here. Maybe resistance here. Let's see what happens. Got rejected by resistance, came back down, came back up, candle turned completely green and crossed over the baseline. Now the baseline is still not vertical, it's kind of sideways, but you saw this. So you're thinking, maybe I can forgive this baseline not being vertical like this, but rather being sideways, because we have a green bar. We're above baseline 1, which is most important. Baseline 2 is nice as a second confirmation, but this yellow baseline is now blue on this candle. So might as well just call this candle the crossover of this baseline. And momentum is, of course, after the GPS. is starting to pick up right here. Confirmed by VVS, confirmed by the break of the red cap. Now it starts to turn white. Momentum crossover right over here on this candle. So I would say the odds of this going up are pretty high. So probability play, MSX gives you these plays like you have a whole trading desk at your disposal. One laptop, that's all you need. Crossover, enter anywhere here, and you will have a very strong uptick in price, and make sure to take profit. Your flag is here telling you get out. Look at this flag, it's telling you to get out. Oversold, heat, pink dots, oversold. Momentum is going down. Here. You missed all this. You saw the flag, you saw prices rising. Momentum is kind of flat. Actually, it's also rising, so no certainty here. No reversal candles of any sort. Heiken Ashi. You have this. You have your confirmation right here. 1. Do we have 2? Not yet, but VVS is supporting it. Wait for the second candle. This will the green candle turns to white. Transitional. And do we have this? Finally, not yet. This transitional candle, still no evidence of this red box. Now we have the red box, but it happened 1, 2, 3, 12 hours, three candles later. The 12-hour time frame. Think about it. So 12 hours, and 12 hours. Okay, so enough time passed. Kind of lagging, but still good. Okay, so do you enter now? This is when you check with the baseline. Baseline has been going up a little bit. It's been going up. However, maybe that is not what you want to do. Red cap is down. Momentum is going up. Now we have this, and we have a reversal. So maybe it's time to exit. If your entry was right here on the second candle, you have secured. Again, 50 pips, 3 days. Obviously, if it's been like 3 days and you're still near your entry price, something's not right. Common sense must be applied, and these are perhaps the tips. By the way, this is US dollar, Japanese yen. We have a very interesting situation here. Pay attention to this. Could be an inverse head and shoulder pattern happening. So keep your eyes peeled on this one. So this is the 7 samurai strategy, the Magnificent 7. Okay, I hope that was clear. We covered many examples of what to look for in both directions, and Armageddon, as noisy as it looks, is pretty damn accurate at doing what it does. I will show you all about it in the next video, but for now, go get it and go eat, because this is so simple, so easy, that you don't need to be an expert in order to execute like a professional prop trader or anyone who does this for a living. There's no system. Stop looking. There's no system that will. People want alerts. People want alerts on signals because they want to feed it to a bot. Listen, this little distance from one block to the next block is what makes this system so unique. The distance between these signals, they all have to happen at the same time, which is very rare. You might as well just get like one of those I don't know, like those things that they have if you're into bot trading, because that's not trading. That's not trading to me. You know, you don't have people sitting there. They're feeding information to a machine. The machine tells them, the algorithm, MarketSpy is an algorithm, and it tells you like, look, this is what I'm reporting, seeing in the market. I want you guys to think of MarketSpy as an actual spy. It's all in the name. The reason it was named MarketSpy is because his job is to report price action to you based on these findings. You piece it together, you do the rest, you get the information, and how you interpret it is entirely up to you. But these methods and these rules are in place and should be followed. Now I suggest, if you're using this, use it exclusively for yourself, to separate yourself from the noise of groups and people out there who are telling you short, long. Just focus, isolate yourself. Right now is the perfect time to do. Stop watching YouTube videos and just try it. And don't even paper trade. Put a little bit, $20, $50, $100 or whatever you can allow yourself to lose into these strategies. Manage your leverage correctly and everything will be okay. I will be making a series of tutorials that explain this to you further, and I don't think I'm willing to actually share that on YouTube, because I see so many fakes and snakes coming in and saying that, you know, market this, market that, market. I'm sick of it. They can keep the name and we will keep our results and strategies, because this is all that matters. This is all that matters. Magnificent 7. Next time you see a GPS, and if you are using any other system that relies on this one-time signal crap, be very careful and turn to this strategy to be profitable and to keep you out of the trades, bad trades. Once again, white candle, empty bar, VVS, signal, main signal right over here, momentum going down, crossover, momentum, short-term trend flow down, red cap on the long-term trend flow. That means it's going to go towards zero. High chances, short it and hold it. GPS comes along, take profit. Do not long this right away. Just take profit if you short it on this confluence, on the 7 dragons, the 7 samurais, the magnificent 7 strategy. This green dot, green pulse signal, no matter what anyone tells you, as great as they are, be very careful, because this candle is going up. Momentum just crossed zero. No blue bars on momentum. We have them here, but no blue bars yet on this momentum cross, on this GPS. VVS, yellow. Second GPS going up, nothing. Yellow, empty bars. This is for the first time it's dim yellow. Momentum looks like it's going up. Nope. Going down. Usually when we have like a nice little progression like this, I will tell you another secret. This is to identify an emotional area of the chart, is what I call them, is when you have consistent selling FOMO, the reason it traps people is because look at the size of this candle. This is what I call the last ditch, the last effort. The late market participants coming in. And volume is now lower than this volume. Yet the candle is humongous. Most likely capitulated here. And then you have like a V-neck recovery. A V-neck recovery off of this GPS. Why would you be interested in this GPS and not these two? Because after a few moments of waiting, you saw that VVS started to turn blue on this candle, and it turned white also. Yet no bars are filled, but this GPS is now getting greeted by these other brothers and sisters of its tribe. This GPS is now not alone like these two. It's very easy, and momentum is aggressively going up, yet delta is going down. So wait it out. It goes down, probably a bounce like this, maybe a retest, and then right over here it went up, right on this candle, and I'm not picking and choosing. I'm just telling you, like, right here is when you can clearly see that short-term trend flow turned up. We have another crossover over here. It's green, and we have this GPS base and node connecting like this. We talked about what this means. When a node like this is connected, and how do you identify? You have a GPS as a base, and then you have another higher low that you can connect this GPS to. Doesn't matter if it's here or here, but once you have that connection, price will most likely go in that direction. So you have your trend flow, money flow, RSI, green, red cap is turning into long-term trend flow is now white over here. Something interesting is happening. Bars are getting filled finally. So very easy confluence here. So you have your GPS 1, you have blue, yellow, blue bars 1, 2, 3, 4. You have your another crossover 5. Momentum, short-term trend flow is 6. Red turning to white is 7. Do we have anything else? No, they're all here, all within the same vicinity. Maybe this one is a little bit behind, but that's GPS. It happens the earliest, so the rest of them can only catch up to it a little bit later. We can substitute it. We can turn on our Armageddon, for example. There's also DSR. I'll show you how to use that. That is also probably giving us like long signal right now. Yeah, you have your reversal squares most likely on these signals. When that happened, look at this. Green dot here above, a penetration of the baseline over here. Now, when you have this last arrow, could be the 7th. 8. This is the hateful 8 now. And now the arrow is going up. You have your expansion of the EMA ribbon over here. You see, this is very simple. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't want to take too much of your time. It's been 2 hours already. Just wanted to drill this right through you so you can understand what it is that we're looking for. Very, very profitable strategy. Perhaps the only one of its kind. And for specific users of Armageddon and DSR, we'll have a follow-up video. But we're not done covering MSX, because as a matter of fact, it has modules and modifications that can be applied to specific instruments or pairs that you trade, depending, to optimize it further. But this here, you can start, like, look at this. This is very easy. The most important thing you need to understand is the chop. The chop is, let's let's go to a lower time frame. On where forex traders suffer. 15. Let's find some ugly area where all indicators fail. This one over here, right? So again, we map out. I want to map these peaks. This one as my potential target, and I want to map the low as my potential target, and just chill. That's all I have. Price is going down. Dun, 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 dun. I have GPS dots. So my starting point to enter or exit a trade is when did the last GPS occur, and how far away from where we are now. So if I look at an instrument or a chart, let's say I want to trade US dollar and Japanese yen, I would look at these GPS signals and say, okay, we had an impulse here. I was late for it. Was it a successful trade? Let's check. Bar 1, 2, VVS 3, GPS 4, short-term momentum up, cap up. So yeah, this is a good trade. Now, what else is happening here? This low, mark the low. Each time there's a what I like to do is very simple. Just have it on your chart. Don't go to daily higher time frames and say I need to check my weekly support. You see these lows? Go and do this. Go to these lows and just do this. Very simple. Just check them out. This is unorthodox. This is not how you do it, people. I'm just telling you something that has helped me before. And I know when it works, what works, and when it doesn't, and what doesn't. So this is for you, my people. All right. So check this out. You have this GPS, okay? You have these levels, and now you're like, okay, as soon as you get this signal over here, what is this? Is this candle? It turns white. The candle turned white. Momentum cross, long-term trend flow is still bearish, but you have this. You have 1, 2. You have your. Let's just say it's here. So, anyways, what you're doing is you're looking for the 7, and once you have them, you enter a trade based on methods I will share with you, or maybe you have your own already, but don't worry, we'll build you up there. We'll build you up slowly and surely. But on this trade, you can enter here. These levels, this is my take profit targets depending on what the indicator is telling me, but I have bars all lit up, so I will hold it, and at each one of these levels I will take 25%, 25%, and then the rest of it, maybe 25%, 50%, and move my stop to the entry with the remaining 25%. And if we go way higher above this line, when we break above it over here, I will probably take out the rest or add to it. But I know this is significant. So this is how 67 pips, 50 pips, 100 pips, 200 pips, using the 7 deadly qualities of MSX. You think this was advanced? This was just the tip of the iceberg. From this video going forward, the rest of them will be private, more detailed, and I will be available to run you through all the questions you may have about MSX and the trading strategies that are associated with it. A set of methodologies, so to say, that must be respected. All you other cats out there, start copying now. Okay, those people who are here watching this YouTube channel solely for the purpose of stealing, reworking, reapplying, and just know this: you will never, ever, ever, ever attain the level that MSX and MarketSpy is at, no matter what you do. Why? because you don't have equal experience and research backing this stuff, and you can go ahead and pull whatever out of your glory hole and it will not work. As for the rest of you market spies, thank you for watching, and go kill it. This is one of the best things that has ever happened to anyone in the game of trading. And you will only understand this once you learn how to sit tight on your money and only perform trades that are guaranteed to go in your favor, in your way. They're guaranteed to walk the stairs with you towards targets that you establish. Stick around and learn more as we progress along, but I will create a special sort of behind the scenes channel that will share these and more through a dashboard exclusively on MarketSpy.net. So you will have access to this sort of video format of me walking you through certain processes and whatnot in the future videos, which will be a bit more condensed and smaller. So if you invested and dedicated time to this one, I appreciate it. You have done great for yourself. This is the one of the best things that you could have done for yourself, I think, as a professional and a hobbyist in trading. And maybe a lot of you guys already know how to do certain things that I explain here, like support, resistance. But then, if that's the case, even better. You have a weapon in your hand, and all you have to do is like learn how to use it. And I'm here to make sure that you do learn how to use it. But that's 7 deadly. Before we go, let's just look at this one. This one is Chinese yuan. No, that's too much. Bitcoin Cash. Shit coins that are so illiquid and choppy that you don't even know what to do with yourselves when you're trading those. Like, how are you gonna trade? It's like, oh my god, what are you gonna do with these wicks? What? All right, let's chill out. I'll show you. I'm excited about this, but I think most others who shill you their products will tell you, look, you know what they do? They come and they say, look how much we made over here. Look, from this to here, we made like 100-2,000% on this pump over here. Look at this, from here to here, boom, 15%. But they never consider people who have lost thousands trying to figure out if this was going to go up or go down from this range. So how can we navigate these ranges better? MarketSpy has the answer for you. You're coming in at a random point. I'll close my eyes and say here. I fell into a range. Let's say here. Yes, let's say here, right here in the middle before this dump that took everyone by surprise. What is going on here? Well, hell. First of all, let's turn on Armageddon and take a look at a few things that are happening here. Okay, nothing's happening. Everything's beautiful. Signal, we went above. Flag, we went above. 2 more candles. This is a 15-minute chart. Remember, this, like, no indicator is going to handle this well, but 15-minute chart, anything is possible. We go down, we come back right up. So flag. So okay, so here we go. Look at this. One going up. Hopefully you're in profit longing, and now this happens. Candle like this. Candle that is so sharp that it wipes out all of these gains in one single candle. Now think to yourself logically. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 20 candles in here, 15 minutes each. And then you have one 15-minute candle that wipes all this out. A drop of this magnitude that just violates everything, all the effort that the bulls put in here. Do you think this is going to instantly continue? No, because this is a FOMO candle. A FOMO candle is the last resort, fat finger, or it's not a continuation candle. It's not. It's most likely is the end of it all. That's it. That's all you're gonna get. So depending on how you interpret this data, let's say you have your, check this out, it goes back down. Over here we start seeing like some signals, VVS, everything, a little trade, a little trade, a little trade, and here let's just put it this way. This is a bonus. Look at this. So we have one. No, that's actually 9. Sorry guys, just hold on. You can quit this video already if you're done with the main concept. If you understand it, no need to watch it. But I just wanted to emphasize, because I know some of you are trading these highly dangerous. But a candle like this goes down, and let's say you shorted here. Man. Based on what? Based on the fact that we had an empty square here, an empty square here, VVS, momentum flow down. This is down. Ding, 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 ding. And we have green. So this is what's happening. Big candle. You decided to trade it, and you shorted, and you ended up market buying in the direction of this candle because it looked like that's it, it's going to zero, and you somehow ended up buying this wick over here, and this is your entry point right here. Somehow, some way, you found yourself stuck in here. Then it bounced instantly, and now you're hoping that it would come back down. What is happening here is that this yellow continuation space that you're looking at right down below over here, this turned, first of all, it dumped, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles later, which is about how many, 10 hours? No, yes, maybe, hold on. It's 3 hours later. You're on a 15-minute chart, and 3 hours later, with this significant move to the downside, price has not moved and remained pretty much flat. You are looking at your mapped support and resistance level, and you understand that this candle dropped and stopped somewhere on this support and resistance level, which is support in this case on a 15-minute chart. And because it started to consolidate, it is not likely to go down again. Why? I think the answer can be found in these inconsistencies, that as price starts to chop and consolidate, you're expecting it to go your way because you just shorted over here. But unfortunately, we start seeing this. We start seeing inconsistencies. Bright, dim, blue, and then ultra blue. Momentum is going up. You know, this trend flow is not deep. It's just shallow. It's nearing the zero line. It's kind of like it doesn't want to go down. It doesn't want to go down like this sharply. It's just like, it's right here. Then we start seeing yellow, which loses strength. So this yellow is losing strength, This should already tell you that something is not quite right here. This should tell you that this is not going your way. And you know what you do? You cut the damn loss. Or you put your sell at a limit, take profit right at break even, and wait for this wick. But I wouldn't even wait, because you don't know if this wick is coming or not. Cut the trade when you start seeing inconsistencies after your entry. The entry is good. Everything lines up. But damn it, you didn't see that this is support. You didn't consider that this is a 15-minute chart, and it will have these crazy moves like this, and you did not, your greed blinded you, and you did not consider the fact that we are going to be consolidating here after such a great drop. Why not just continue down? Why is it chopping all of a sudden? I'll show you more, but get started with this, and I'd like to hear your results, how you do with it. I'll see you guys in the next video. More details and much shorter, more detailed, shorter but much more detailed videos that will be broken down. So I'll take each element of MarketSpy and Armageddon, take the module out, talk about it, what it does. Then we will learn how to put it all together using different strategies. This is just one of them, but a highly successful one, and we will have more and more and more. Check out the themes. Thanks to our members who have created the themes. If you like it, make sure to donate a few dollars of crypto for some coffee for them. They deserve it. Like the the one that Sykes created, for example, is incredible. As you can see, we stay noise free. I don't have any servers except Cryptopocalypse now. Profit wall is picking up. People are starting to make sense with their trades now. But anyways, MS user themes over here. You can click these and basically make your like, look at this, man. Look at the names. Look at the theme. Look at the colors. Visibility factors. It's just mind blowing. Look at this, Americano. Look at this. Oh, golden child. Look at that. It's beautiful. These themes, download them. My favorite has to be a labor of love, a true this one, Great Wave. Inspired by, like, look at this, are you kidding me? Like, this is inspired by this artwork here, the great Japanese art that everyone knows about, Hakusai's The Great Wave of Kanagawa. The theme evokes the same vibes in your charts. Very soothing. I've been using this as my go-to setup, and it's just crazy. I think the baselines need to be emphasized a little bit here because that's part of the strategy of how to trade successfully. But guys, I expect communities like all these fakes out there, Cypher, others, to also do something similar, because we have been leading and we will continue to lead innovation as well as results that people get with this product. MarketSpy is innovating, period. Throwing the junk out, including all there is to include that actually makes you money. Has strategies to back it all up. Research, expertise, and everything else is just people are coming in and trying to do the same. From the name to the look to the ideas behind it. And now themes, just remember, you heard it here first. 2 hours and 28 minutes into this video. Have a good night. Thank you. Exclusive stuff is coming your way. The dashboard, once it's live, you will see all the private strategies, winning strategies posted to that channel. This was perhaps the last time I talk about a strategy here on public YouTube regarding MS, because we want to protect what we know, what we have, and how we trade, because it actually is a professional way of doing things. It is not something that I have discovered this pattern. It is something that has been discovered for a while now Few people know about it. I've been trading it. You will trade it. Stay tuned. Thank you and have a good night.